And we're starting with Ingenue. I will draw.
Are you serious?
And play. Unfortunately. Alright, Ingenue, the money lender of the gods, marries Tia, the shrine maiden of the sacred garden. And they give birth to Malcolm Jr., the destitute musician. King's Blade is a game originally designed by Hitoshi Yasuda and illustrated by Tsukapon, and developed by Giles Schlitz. So I'm not sure if it was actually published in Japanese first and translated by Steve Jackson Games, or if Steve Jackson was the first company to publish it. But it has a Japanese name, King's Blade, and has a decidedly cute moe kind of look. Thinking Bow marries Body Rima, the Morning Star. And they give birth to Master Eduardo II. The basic idea of the game is that you are in charge of a family, and you are trying to arrange marriages that help your family be kind of related up to the king. So you start out with the king, and then you play somebody to marry them, and then you flip over a random card that is the child. Then you marry that child off, and then you marry their kid off, and so on and so forth, until
Malika goes, "Fuck this marriage! I'm the new king!"
when someone overturns an enthroned card or plays one, then that character, the selected character, becomes the king, and you start basically the whole thing all over again. The actual goal of the game is to simply get rid of all your cards. It's a little bit like Uno. You even have to call it out, King's Blood, whenever you have only one card left. But there's a lot of obstacles to get in the way, because you can only pair up a character with an opposite gender character of the same color or philosophy. And if you ever do not have the card that you need, then you have to draw a card. So when you get towards the end and you have fewer cards, it's a lot harder to play, and you draw a lot. There are other cards that let you assassinate or exile characters. If you exile a character, you get to put it in the other player's hand. Some of the rules are a little iffy. Like, for example, the exile card, you put it into another person's hand, but you always picked it up off of somebody who just got married, so it virtually always can just be played again right away. And there were a couple of other rules that we really were not at all sure what they wanted us to do on them. But overall, we found that, considering we spent $17 on the game, we had a lot of fun with it. It was real cute, it was a fairly simple mechanic, and it was real quick-paced, as long as you were the one chaining a whole bunch of marriages in a row. Because if you're the one sitting there waiting like 5 minutes for your turn, it can be a little bit more frustrating if you're somebody who doesn't like losing. Also, you're going to want to make sure you have a bunch of space. And eventually, in the theory, somebody wins. King's Blood on Malcolm Jr., who sneaks out of his philosophy to marry Meredith, the Small Death. And so you have to draw free and lose.
Just the way it works.